there, friends. I am really looking forward to our testimony study this month, where we're going to zoom in on God's testimony in the life of Moses. Now, you're probably already aware that there's so much in Scripture about Moses, so you might be thinking, how in the world are we going to cover all that in just 21 days? Well, we're not. We can't cover his whole testimony. So the timeline for our testimony of Moses is going to be his birth through the crossing of the Red Sea. That'll take us through the first 15 chapters of Exodus, and then we're going to also look at a couple of other scriptures that speak of Moses in other parts of the Bible. Now, even that is a lot of reading. So I want you to know, for this month specifically, I have adjusted the reading schedule, dividing it up some. You'll see that on your study sheet, which is available at the link in the description below this video. And not only have I adjusted the reading schedule, I've also made a slight adjustment to the question schedule. Because on days 9 and 10, you're going to see instructions for you. It's one of the EF questions. And you're going to make a chart of all of the plagues that God inflicted on the land of Egypt when he was imploring Pharaoh to let his people go. This chart is probably going to take you some time if you do it thoroughly, and I want to encourage you to do that because it's in the little details that you find things that become these nuggets that God can reveal truth to you through and speak to you in a really personal way. But like I said, it's going to take time. So we're giving you 2 days to complete that chart. I also want to mention about that chart. One of the columns that you're going to make in that chart, the last one, there's an instruction to leave that last column blank. So I don't want to leave you just hanging on that and wondering why you're leaving it blank. In my teaching message for God's testimony in the life of Moses here, I'm going to dive into that with you. So when you listen to the teaching message, you're going to want to have your chart nearby so that you can maybe take some notes there and fill in that last part of the column. There's one additional tip I wanted to mention for you in regard to making the chart and differentiating between the plagues. It will be easy for you to get the third and the fourth plague a little mixed up. They can kind of seem like they're all one thing, but actually there is a distinction between them. There are 10 plagues altogether. The third plague is the plague of gnats, or sometimes versions will call it lice. The fourth plague is the plague of insects or of flies. So please be careful to see the distinction there. Chapter 8, verses 16 through 19 will tell you about that third plague, the plague of gnats or lice. And then the remaining verses of that chapter will tell you about the plague of insects or flies. Just wanted to help you out on that because it would be easy to get them a little bit mixed up or combine them and then realize, oh no, I only have 9 plagues. Where's the 10th one? Well, that's where it's at for you. Let us know if you have any questions about the chart. I also want to mention day 8 and encourage you, don't be afraid to do a little bit of research here. You know, we have research capabilities right in our hands all the time through our phone, and most of us are in front of a computer quite a bit as well. So don't be afraid to do a little bit of research on that question on day 8 that we've provided for you. In this testimony, there are layers of things that God is doing. There's so much here, and we're not going to get it all. But always I like to encourage you to remember what we're really after is learning more about our God. Not just learning head knowledge, but learning who he is, learning his heart, so that we can have a deeper and stronger relationship with God. So I want to encourage you to be expectant as you approach this testimony, that God's going to speak to you, that he has those nuggets of truth that can be of such great value to your relationship to him. And I know that he's going to speak to you as you give your time and your heart to just focusing and meditating on this testimony this month. As always, you can know I'll be meditating right along with you, and always love hearing the things that God is showing you. So please feel free to share personally from your perspective of what God has been showing you in your meditation as you see the posts that we post on both Instagram and Facebook daily throughout the study. If you haven't been checking that out, I encourage you to do that as well. You also want to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our pages. Just helps keep you in the loop, and it also helps us get the word out about these studies that we offer through Established Footsteps Ministry. Know that I'm praying for you, love hearing from you, and I'm so glad you're along for the journey. See you soon.